Hi, this is Alexander Marquez, and today I want to start talking about the art of maximum efficiency. One of the things that I've discovered through my business journey is that if you want to be successful, you have to become more and more efficient every day. So I decided to create a three-part series where I'm gonna give you tips on how to become massively efficient because this is gonna explode your business. And the first concept I want to mention is you have to work on your time management skills. The best business people in the world are masters at managing their time. The people that fail basically just take random action with no discipline. We all have the same amount of hours, and how we choose to use those hours, it's what's going to determine our success. So management is essential. What I like to do is I like to schedule my days on an hourly basis. Most people say that you should schedule them a night before, and I think it's great, but in my case I like to do it in the morning. Just because I don't always know exactly what time I'm getting up. It might be 8:30, 7 a.m. So I don't want to, because I use my software tool on my computer. I don't want to do it at night, and then in the day if I wake up at a different time than I scheduled, then I have to adjust it. So I'd rather do it when I wake up, but that's up to you. The point is you need some kind of software tool that would allow you to create a schedule, to create, even if you don't want to make an hourly schedule, you at least want to write down tasks that you're going to take care of for the day, because this is going to keep you busy, and by being busy you become more focused and you become more efficient because you actually visualize what your tasks are. I mean, you can also do it on a planner, on a paper planner, that's fine. But the point is, you have to manage your time. That's essential. So you have to create you have to have a list of tasks that you're going to accomplish for that day. And number two, and this is very important, and this is something that I learned from a program, a software tool that I used before, is when you start scheduling your tasks, when you start scheduling your day, what's going to happen is that all of a sudden ideas will start to pop into your mind. And what a lot of people do, which robs them of their efficiency, is they're working on one of their tasks, and then all of a sudden an idea pops up in their brain, and they stop the task and they start doing whatever popped into their mind. This is actually a very inefficient thing to do, because what you need to do is you need to get either a pad, a paper, and whenever an idea pops into your mind, you just write it down. You write it down, you take a note of it, you don't move on to that task, you continue on your task, you continue to stay focused on your day that you plan, and on the following day, everything that popped into your mind, you will have written it down, so the next day you will determine whether you're going to work on those tasks. The program that I used to use called it a dream catcher. So you need to incorporate that into your time management system, whether it's through a computer software program or on paper. But this is a very powerful technique that'll keep you being more efficient. So write everything down so you don't lose those ideas, and the next day you're gonna get on them. And this is a very powerful way to stay organized. Number three is you have to discipline yourself to break down major tasks into smaller tasks, because a lot of times when, let me give you an example. I was once very overweight. I always like to use my personal experience as examples. I had gotten up to 230 pounds, and for my height, that's a lot of weight because I'm not that tall. But so I realized that for my height, I had to lose 80 pounds. You see, when your mind looks at a number like 80 pounds, it can be overwhelming. But then I discovered that the power of breaking down major goals into smaller goals. So I decided that instead of focusing my mind on having to lose 80 pounds, which seems overwhelming, I decided that I was simply going to focus on 10 pounds at a time. So if I was 230 pounds, I was going to try to get to 220. And once I got to 220, I was going to focus on, let me see if I can get down to 210. And, you know, and you get the process. So 10 pounds at a time. The same thing with major goals. Whether it's a daily major goal, just break it down into little tasks, into smaller tasks that once added up will accomplish your major goal. So this is absolutely powerful. Break down major goals into smaller goals. So number 4 and final principle I want to mention in part 1 of this series is you have to organize your workspace. I know it seems kind of trivial, it doesn't seem that important, but it's hard to explain, but there's something powerful happens to your mind when you have an organized space, because when everything is just all over the place, it almost seems like it's really hard to focus. So the cleaner your workspace, trust me on this one, because you're not going to understand it unless you actually experience it. When everything is in place, when everything is organized, you simply become more efficient. It's just a reality that you have to accept because it has been proven by people over and over through personal experience. So again, to recap these first 4 points on maximum efficiency is, number 1 is work on time management, schedule your days, use software tools that will help you do it in an easier manner. That's the beauty of technology. You have to use technology to your advantage. Number 2 is whenever an idea pops into your mind, instead of moving on to it, keep working on your task. Simply take a note at it, make a note of it either on paper or on your computer, and the next day you will deal with whatever popped into your mind. Number 3 is break down major goals into smaller achievable goals, and eventually you're going to accomplish your bigger goal. Number 4 is keep your workspace organized, and this will allow you to have a clear mind and have a clear focus that will allow you to create the success that you want. And then in the next part, I'm going to go over 4 more principles that are going to help you build maximum efficiency, and it's going to help you become the kind of person that you are capable of becoming. This is Alexander Marquez. I want to challenge you to visit my blog at alexandermarquez.net. If you're watching on YouTube, click on the links that are below this video. The first link takes you to my blog, alexandermarquez.net. The second link takes you to my free ebooks and my free newsletter, where you're going to learn how to generate a full-time income through the internet. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care.